the Streamies happened last week, or this week rather, and that is basically the awards for all internet shows or internet content, as opposed to specifically music artists or movies or things that are done on TV. And there was two music-related songs that came out, or sorry, awards. And Marshmello won Breakthrough Artist of the Year, and then a group called Walk Off the Earth won the Cover Song of the Year for Girls Like You by Maroon 5. Do you remember who Walk Off the Earth is, Sammy?
Yeah, I think I do. Isn't that like the people who, they're almost like the Pentatonics, but they use instruments as well? Like weird, funkadelic instruments.
They're extremely talented.
I think
group.
they did like a Shape of You remix.
Yeah, with the tubes. That was cool.
I think that's really cool, and I loved that. Here, we'll play a little bit for you.
I'm in love with the shape of you. You push and pull like a magnet. And when my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body.
So that was a little bit of the Shape of You mix.
How did they get the tubes to sound so perfect like that? That is incredible.
They were in such sync.
Yeah.
Like, that takes so much talent. And, like, with any a cappella group, with Pentatonics and this group, Walk Off the Earth, like, that takes a lot of talent to stay in sync with all your members of the group and perform something at that level. I mean, that is an A1 production right there.
Yep. If you haven't looked them up, I recommend it. Look up Shape of You, and then they won Girls Like You, Maroon 5, so check that one out too.
Check that one out as well. Yep. And then who else won the award?
Those are the only two music-related ones.
What was the other one?
Marshmello, sorry.
Oh, okay.
He
what
won
did he win for? Do you
Breakthrough
know?
Artist of the Year.
Breakthrough Artist of the Year. You know, I'm looking at some of his stuff here, and he created albums back in like 2016. And some of these were, I don't know, I felt like he was a bigger artist before this year. So I'm surprised he won Breakthrough Artist of this year. But I don't know. He has produced some bangers this year. He's got Silence, Wolves, Every Day, Happier. So, I mean, he does.
And maybe it's because he's had a lot of music videos that have probably done better on YouTube than other groups who don't make YouTube videos.
That's true. And I think he has a branding that not many people can.
Nobody knows who he is.
Be able to pull off. Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows who he is, and he it's just like that smiling marshmallow. If you ever were shown a picture of that, it's almost like those tests where they show you different pictures of different things in pop culture, and like you'll be able to name every person out in pop culture. His is one of like an ink blob, right? And it'll have the two X's and the smiley face. And you go, that's Marshmello. You'll just know. So I think that probably has a big factor in it too, is his branding and just the fact that he also has been. It's interesting because he also has been pretty active for the Streamies outside of like YouTube and like getting the awards for breakout artists, but like music videos and songs, right? Outside of that, he's even been pretty current with pop culture, and he's been gaming with literally the guy who brought home the most awards from the Streamies, Ninja. He's been playing video games with him all the time.
Really? I didn't know
always
that.
streaming together.
So I think what Marshmello has to his benefit for this award show is that he's, I guess, in tune with the internet culture.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, he's like pretty active in the internet culture.
Interesting.
And that's why it didn't surprise me that he won an award. I'm just surprised that it was Breakthrough Artist because he's been making music for, 5 years? Yeah. No, 3, 4?
They
3 years?
What's Inside even has had a couple videos with him. They did one where they like cut his helmet in half and said, "What's inside of the helmet?"
And did they find out?
Yeah.
Another helmet?
Yeah, just no, there was actually the guy's head inside, and it just got all bloody and.
Oh my gosh!
It was a really gross episode.
Well, I know he had that like big reveal at like I think it was the VMAs, something like that. But he had the big reveal where he took his head off, and he had another head underneath. That was the funniest thing in the world.
Pretty sure one time he took his hat off, or whatever you call it,
His
mask.
Marshmello.
Yeah, Marshmello, and then Shawn Mendes was underneath.
I'm sure that's.
I think
all
I
fake.
saw that happen once too.
Another thing that I think is really cool is he can do absolutely anything, and it doesn't even need to be him. Like he supposedly, quote unquote, he did the American Ninja Warrior. He did the entire course. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
It was on the internet. It was right during the finals of American Ninja Warrior. It was in Vegas, and obviously Marshmello, EDM, he performs a lot in Vegas, and he was in Vegas performing at the time, and before his performance that night or the next day, he went to the American Ninja Warrior course during their live shoot and did the course, and he successfully did it all. Now, obviously, that may not have been him in his costume. Yeah. You never know.
Well, you could tell in some of the videos he's actually a pretty fit guy. He definitely works out.
And he can do American Ninja Warrior, apparently.
I guess.
So, anyways, this guy can do it all.